This Can-Am air intake system is designed to increase power and acceleration by reducing restriction in the intake pad. Can-Am's 69-1019 TS air intake fits 2010 Honda Civic SI models with 2.4-liter engines. It comes with Can-Am's famous million-mile limited warranty. The 69-1019 TS air intake is not legal for highway use in California or other states adopting California emission standards. Check knfilters.com for an up-to-date list of models this air intake fits and for a list of other CARB adoption states. Can-Am power testing showed an estimated power gain of 10.5 horsepower at 5,400 RPM with the 69-1019 TS air intake installed on a 2012 Honda Civic SI with a 2.4-liter engine. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. With the air intake installed, we ran the vehicle on the dyno to test the sound comparison versus the stock intake. The intake system includes components that have been designed or matched to the needs of these vehicles to produce a safe horsepower increase. Detailed installation instructions are included with this kit. The tools needed for this install are shown. Turn off the ignition and disconnect the negative battery cable. Be sure the engine is completely cool before the removal of the stock components. Be sure the vehicle is completely cool before beginning intake kit installation. Disconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection and unhook the wiring harness from the upper air box. Release the spring clamp securing the crankcase vent tube into the intake tube, and then remove the crankcase vent tube from the intake tube. Loosen the hose clamp securing the intake tube to the throttle body. Release the two clips securing the upper air box to the lower air box, and then remove the upper air box and intake tube assembly. Remove the lower airbox retaining bolt. Lift up on the front of the airbox and disconnect the fresh air intake tube. Then dislodge the airbox from the mounting grommets and remove the airbox from the vehicle. Remove the fresh air tube coupler. Can-Am recommends that customers do not discard the factory air intake. Release the spring clamp securing the crankcase vent hose to the valve cover, and then disconnect the hose from the valve cover. Be sure the engine is cool. Then disconnect the coolant bypass hoses from the engine and intake manifold. Install the provided coolant bypass hose and secure with the factory spring clamps. Some trimming of the bypass hose will be necessary. Be sure to capture and replenish any released coolant. Remove the two mounting grommets shown from the factory lower airbox. Install the mounting grommets from the previous step into the heat shield. Install the provided edge trim onto the heat shield. Trimming of the edge trim will be necessary. Install the filter adapter into the heat shield and secure with the provided hardware. Install the provided rubber-mounted stud onto the factory airbox mounting location. Install the provided silicone hose onto the fresh air intake tube. Secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the heat shield assembly into the vehicle so the mounting grommets attach to the mounting studs. The fresh air tube aligns with the silicone hose, and the silicone hose aligns with the tube in the heat shield. Secure the heat shield with the provided hardware and hose clamp. Install the provided silicone hose onto the throttle body and secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the provided silicone hose onto the filter adapter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Install the Can-Am air filter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Apply several drops of the provided super glue to the lip of the venturi. Install the venturi into the Can-Am intake tube. Be sure the hole in the venturi is aligned with the hole in the intake tube for the mass air sensor. Install the provided 90-degree vent fitting into the Can-Am intake tube. Remove the two screws securing the mass air sensor into the factory air box. Then remove the sensor from the airbox. Install the mass air sensor into the K&N intake tube and secure with the provided hardware. Install the K&N intake tube assembly into the silicone hump hose and then into the throttle body silicone hose. Align the tube and then secure with the provided hose clamps. Install the provided silicone hose onto the 90-degree fitting attached to the K&N intake tube. Attach the open end of the hose to the valve cover port. Reconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. It will be necessary for all K&N high-flow air intake systems to be checked periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the above instructions or proper maintenance may void warranty. K&N makes products for nearly every vehicle on the road. The K&N website allows you to search products by vehicle or dimension, download installation instructions, view dyno charts showing estimated horsepower gains for this product, and view product details. For more information on where to buy K&N products, go to knfilters.com.